Subscribe Premium Learning's YouTube channel and click the bell icon to receive updates about videos for your career growth.
Hello and welcome back to our second session on self-assessment. So to recap what we have learned till now, first of all, we understood what soft skills really are and what are their importance in our personal as well as professional life, right? After that, we tried to understand what SWOT analysis is all about. SWOT is an acronym where S stands for strengths, W for weaknesses, O for opportunities, and T for threats. And we've tried to learn how SWOT is used for our personal development, how it is done, what are the prerequisites, what is the process, what are the facts about this SWOT analysis, what is the benefits of carrying out this SWOT analysis, right? So there is a small disadvantage, or it there is a small disadvantage of SWOT analysis that is generally discussed, that it does not connect the internal and external factors. So what are the internal factors? Strengths and weaknesses are internal to us, right? So if, for example, if my leadership skills are my strength, then it lies within me, right? I cannot just keep it in cupboard, or it is not something external, right? It is something internal to me. Weaknesses, again, for example, if I'm very emotional and if that is my weakness, it lies within me. Okay, so strengths and weakness, which are the internal factors, and opportunities and threats. For example, if there is a lot of demand, it is from the outside world. Demand for something, it is in the outside world, right? It's not within me. So that opportunities and threats, if there are job cuts being done, that's a threat and it lies in the outside world. So that is why SWOT was called as internal external analysis, right? Okay, so one criticism that this analysis generally faces is it does not connect internal and external factors, which is strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats together. Okay, so that is overcome by this TOES analysis. We will learn about it in details, but for right now, you can see TOES, SWOTs, and TOES. These are just letters reversed, right? So here also TOWS stand for the same things. T for threats, O for opportunities, W for weaknesses, and S for strengths. Now the structure that we can see of this analysis is little bit different. Now these are strengths and weaknesses, these are opportunities and threats, and here these are four quadrants where these internal and external factors intersect. For example, if you can see this first quadrant, here strengths and opportunities intersect. In the second quadrant, weaknesses and opportunities intersect. Here, strengths and threats, these two intersect. And in the last quadrant, weaknesses and threats, these two factors intersect, right? So before we actually learn about this table in detail, we'll try to understand few basic things about TOES analysis. Now, what is TOES analysis? It is a variant of SWOT analysis. It is very much connected to SWOT, but it is little bit different than SWOT, or modified version of SWOT, as we can call it. So it was developed by the American International Business Professor Heinz Weirich. Okay, and it is used for developing strategic options from an external internal analysis. Okay, so as we just discussed, the weakness of SWOT analysis, what was the weakness? That it could not connect the internal and external factors together. That is overcome in this analysis called as TOES analysis. Okay, now how we put together things in this analysis is this. Okay, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we put them this way. And now this, let's look at this first quadrant, SO. Why is this called as SO? Because strengths for S, opportunities for O. So here strengths and opportunities, they come together to make a strategy, to develop a strategy, right? So that is SO. Same way, this is weaknesses and opportunities together, making it WO. Here it is threats and strengths together, so it is ST. And here it is weaknesses and threats, which makes it WT. So SO. Okay, SO is called as attacking strategies quadrant. Now, why is that so? We'll look at it. SO is also called as maxim axis strategy. Okay, so S is a positive internal factor, strengths, right? And in external factors, opportunities is again a positive one, right? So two positives are getting together to have some strategic planning, so that we call, like, we are getting maximum of internal and maximum of external, and then we are together making a plan. So that is a maxim axis strategy. Okay, now what is this strategy used for? It is used to capitalize strengths to it is used to capitalize the strengths to the maximum in order to get the maximum advantages of the opportunity. Now look at it this way. We have one strength and it can be utilized for some upcoming opportunity. So there we decide, there we plan a strategy that how can we use this strength to the fullest, okay, to make the most of the upcoming opportunity. So how to use strength for the opportunity makes it SO strategy. It is called as maxim axis strategy because both the factors are positive ones. Okay. Now, this was so attacking strategy. So we've got some opportunity and we have strength. So we are going to be on a very powerful note, right? So it is called as attacking strategy. Okay. Now, ST strategy. It is called as defensive strategy. Now, why? It is also called as maxim mini strategy. See, strength is what? A positive internal factor, right? But threat is what? A negative external factor. So we have got a strength and we are going to use it in context of a threat. For example, to explain it in more details, we will utilize our strengths to minimize the threats. Now, it's the time of coronavirus outbreak. It's a really unfortunate time for our economy, right? So there are definitely going to be a lot of job cuts. So that's a threat which is lying outside. But you have got some strength. So how is that you're going to use your strength to minimize the threat? That will be belonging to some ST strategy, right? Now let's talk about WO strategy. W is, as you can guess it, we can call it as mini maxis strategy, right? So W is a negative factor from negative internal factor and opportunity is a positive external factor. So this is mini maxis strategy, okay? And it aims to minimize the impact of weaknesses by using maximum opportunities. All of us have weaknesses, right? So it is okay, it is normal to have weaknesses, but it is not okay to ignore, to not know those weaknesses, to ignore those weaknesses, right? So when it's a fruit of doing SWOT analysis that we are aware of our strengths and weaknesses. Being aware is the first process. Now that we are aware of the weaknesses, what we are going to do is we'll minimize their impact by using maximum opportunity. For example, communication is my weakness. Let's say I cannot, I'm afraid of public speaking. I don't come across as a confident speaker. What I'll do is I live in Dhanori area, so I have a Toastmaster nearby me. So I'll join. So that's an opportunity for me. I'll use that opportunity. I'll go there again and again. I'll get myself tested in front of experienced speakers, and I'll improve myself on that skill. So that is minimizing the impact of my weakness using maximum opportunities. So you think about your weaknesses, and then you plan a strategy to minimize its impact using some opportunities nearby, right? And last is WT strategy. Again, you can guess it. It is mini strategy. Okay, weakness is the negative internal factor, threat is the negative external factor, right? Now, what do we do under the strategies? We aim to minimize both weaknesses and threats. How do we do that? So we'll learn this with the practical examples. Okay, are you ready for this? Now, what you have to do, you already have your pen and paper with you, right? Now you have to make use of them. Okay, so now what we will discuss is how to actually implement these strategies, how to actually develop these strategies from this TOWS analysis. Okay, now you have your own SWOT analysis done, right? It should be right in front of you right now. Okay, now you have to make use of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that you have written down as part of your SWOT analysis. Now, what we are going to do is list out all those strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats here on our TOWS analysis chart. Okay. Now, I'll try to help you out over here how to develop these strategies. So I'll discuss with you one example of each strategy. If you've got any issues, feel free to contact, feel free to reach out to us. Okay, right now be all ears because this is important and little bit tricky. Okay, so the very first strategy is SO, maxi, positive internal factor, positive external factor. It is also called as attacking strategy, right? Why attacking? We have both the things in favor of us. Opportunities are positive, strengths are positive, right? So let's talk about an upcoming interview that you have to appear for. Okay, I'll be preferring to take examples related to job interviews because these sessions are more intended for the freshers and job seekers. Okay, so now let's say you have you have an interview next week, and they want effective leaders. They want candidates who have great leadership skills, right? So now um, you fit into their technical criterias and everything. Okay, now what is different about you? Think about it. Your strength. Let's say you were an entrepreneur. You started your own company, you worked on some startup, right? But for some reasons you stopped that, and you have now chosen to be now you have chosen to work in a company. Okay, now that's the scenario. Now, being an entrepreneur is a strength, is a speciality, right? So that's a strength. And what's the opportunity? There is an interview, that's opportunity, and they're looking for the candidates who have great leadership skills. Now you can develop your attacking strategy here, right? You can frame your answers, you can frame your introduction, you can frame your talks. okay, for the interviews where you emphasize, where you focus on your entrepreneurship. Right? You started your own startup company. So you literally had to look into every aspect of the company, not just focus on single task that is given to you, right? So you had to be argoside. You had to be very observant. You had to be very sincere, basically. Yes, and aware of everything. So that you were, you know, you're ready to actually run your own company, own startup, no matter how small it was. Okay, so that is your strength. So what is the strategy that you'll develop, that you'll be framing your answers, which will emphasize, which will focus on your entrepreneurship, and how have you become a great leader because of it, right? You had to lead, no matter like how small this small scale company it was. Let's say you had only 2 employees in your company, right? But you actually had to get them, get the work done out of them, right? You had to lead literally every person, the housekeeping guy at your office, and many more. So you had to be on your own. So now you know how to lead things, lead situation, lead people, to get the maximum output. So you'll frame your answers accordingly, so that you are able to make the impact, and so that you are able to convince them for your leadership skills, right? Now let's talk about, so that is why attacking, it is called as attacking strategy. You will be ready with all the material and all the stuff with this strategy. Now second is ST, right? Defensive strategies. It is maxi mini. You have got strength which you will be utilizing to minimize the threat. Correct? Now again, let's talk about let's take the same example. You are an entrepreneur, right? And they are looking for the great leaders and all, that's okay. But your weakness is you had gap. You don't have a straightforward experience of working in any company, right? You had a gap of 1 year, 2 year, let's say. Now that is that gap in your professional experience is threat for you, but you have got some strength which you can use to minimize the impact of that threat. Getting it? So what you will do is you'll frame your answers. You'll be ready with your answers and justification on why you had that gap in your professional career, right? So then you can explain that I was actually looking to start my own startup. I was trying to, let's say you were not even able to start it, okay, but still you can explain them that I wanted to start my own business. I was ready for it. I had plans for it. I had arrangements for it, but something happened and it could not actually go ahead. But yes, I was pretty confident. I was very aspirant about it, and I wanted to start my own company. So I did give myself some time. Yes, I allowed myself some time to give it a try. But due to some financial crunches or whatever reason you had, right? So you can give those reasons, you can justify on why did you have that gap, and then minimize the impact of the threat that you have, right? So threat was the gap in your career, so that they may reject you on that basis, but you have some strength which you can use to minimize the impact of that threat. Are you getting it? Yes? Following me? Good. Now let's talk about the third strategy, which is WO. WO means weaknesses and opportunities, right? So it is mini maxi. So why do we use WO strategies? We aim to minimize the impact of weaknesses by using maximum opportunities, right? So we've just discussed one example. Let's say you have a weakness of communication skills, correct? And there is some public speaking club around you. So you go there a lot of times, you go there again and again, you polish your uh, communication skills, you work on your weaknesses. So you are basically minimizing the weaknesses so that you make most of the upcoming opportunities, right? And the last is WT, which is weakness and threats. We aim to minimize both weaknesses and threats, right? So let's say you have let's say you have very low score in your academics, okay? So that is your weakness, right? So that's your weakness. What is the threat? They're actually looking for uh, good scorers and no gap in your education, no gap in your professional experience, right? So that is the thing. So you've got some weakness, you've got some threat, and you have to build a strategy so that you actually survive through this situation, okay? So now your low score is your weakness, and threat is that they may reject you on basis of your scores, on basis of your uh, performance in education, on your academic performance, okay? Now you have to build strengths for defensive strategies over here. So what you can do, you can actually register for some certifications, right? You can actually do some courses, you work on your academics as much as possible right now. So of course you cannot go back and change your college's score, right? But what you can do right now is you can do some certifications, some trainings, you can acquire new knowledge, you can learn new technologies, right? So we cannot change the past, but of course we can work in this present situation. So what you are doing basically here, you are minimizing the weaknesses. What was your weakness? The low score, right? So you're doing certifications, so you are doing some trainings, you're acquiring knowledge, so to minimize the weakness, right? And threats. What is the threat? Threat is being ignored, being rejected due to low score. So first, the strategy could be first minimize your weakness by um, working on it, right? So you'll be doing certifications, learning new technologies, etc. And now you'll frame your answers the way where your academics is not discussed a lot, right? So you're, by this strategy, even if there is some reference of your academic scores, you will be ready with some justifications, and you can tell them that yes, there was some issues with the scores, but right now I'm trying to work on it. I'm getting this knowledge, I'm working on this technology, I'm doing this project, etc., right? So by this strategy, you're being ready to face the threats which can be generated by your weaknesses. Getting it? So if you are confused in any of these strategies, it is okay, reach to us and we'll help you out with that, okay? I'll just recap it for all of you once. Strengths, weaknesses are internal factors, opportunities and threats are external factors. So TOES analysis basically connect the internal and external factors together. So we connect these factors together to develop strategies. So 4 strategies are SO, ST, WO and WT. So using SO strategies, we define attacking one attacking strategies, STs are defensive strategies, WO, in these strategies we build strengths for attacking strategies, and WT we build strengths for defensive strategies. So we have taken examples of job interview scenario, right? So how can you define strategies and work on that and plan accordingly, right? So TOWS analysis and SWOT analysis, these are not theoretical subject. These are not theoretical subjects. You have to work on it. Definitely you have to work on it. Only then you'll realize that where you're getting stuck basically, and what is that need to be clarified. Okay, so right now you have to, we're done with this session anyway. What you have to do is draw this chart and work on your strategies. I suppose that you have already done SWOT analysis, so you don't have to again find strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. No, you can copy them directly from the SWOT analysis, put it over here, and then try to connect the internal and external factors together and develop strategies. I'll suggest you to have a very focused focused aim for this TOWS analysis, like not about your general life, but maybe some upcoming event, maybe some upcoming challenge that you have to face, right? So if it is a very concise and short and focused aim for the analysis, the results are going to be more fruitful, results are going to be more accurate, right? So the assignment to you is, now first decide one scenario for which you are doing this TOWS analysis. Okay, decide the aim and object for which you're doing the TOWS analysis. Second, copy all strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats from the SWOT analysis, right? And develop at least 2 SO, 2 ST, 2 WO, and 2 WT strategies. And the most important assignment is try implementing those strategies in your real life now. That is where magic happens. That is where magic happens. I'm telling you again. Only learning, only listening won't help completely, right? When you actually implement that in your life, that is where the magic happens. So all the best with your analysis. I believe that it is going to be very, very helpful for you. And yes, always there to help you out. Pooja Katneshwarkar from Premium Learning Systems. Thank you very much.